That when he'll do something kind of sexy or he moves his legs or whatever, and then he'll come back and have a little smile on his face, you know, because he knows he's teasing the audience, but he doesn't take himself seriously at all. The other thing I wanted to tell you is we're fulfilling another dream of Elvis's with those two albums, is the fact that it was with a full orchestra, a symphony orchestra. That's another thing that Elvis always wanted to do. And we're fulfilling that as well, because he loved the richness, the fullness, the bigness of the sound. And on stage, he had Joe Gershio, which was a small orchestra. He couldn't fill the whole stage, of course, because he had his own band, he had the backup singers, the Imperials, and of course, Joe's small orchestra. So we're fulfilling two dreams tonight. This part of the show is called Just Listen. I picked out 3 songs that are kind of my favorite, but they have stories to them. I get asked all the time 2 things. One, my favorite song, and the other is more like, why do I think that Elvis is so popular today as he was years ago and has been throughout the years? Number 1, Elvis had in his catalog about over 700 songs. All the songs mean something very different to me than they are to you, obviously. The stories behind them, the memories. And so when I hear the songs, it's more my mood, what I feel like, and what I remember. So if you ask me what I like, I would have to say, gosh, just about all of them. But American Trilogy is one, because I brought the song to him, and it's what he felt about his country, what he felt about the South, and what he felt about his maker. And when he sings that song, you can tell he feels every note, every word in it. And the other one is If I Can Dream, which again is a song that was written for the ending of the '68 special. They had no ending for that special. And he had spoken to Earl Brown, who is a musical director. And he sat down with Elvis and he said, Elvis, what do you feel? Tell me a little bit about, you know, your concerns, your feel. We want to end the show with some powerful song. And it was right after Bobby Kennedy died. Elvis was really taken aback by that, very sad, and also Martin Luther King, because it was actually in his hometown, and he couldn't believe this was happening, not to the United States, not to one of the you know, power countries of the world. But more than that, these were great men. In his eyes, they were great men. So, in If I Can Dream, Earl Brown captured that in him. And when he sings that tonight, just think about how he felt and the message that he's bringing. One of the songs that I'm just saying, just listen to, is Don't. Because Elvis was only 21 years old when he sang that song. It was in 1956. And when you hear the maturity in his voice, it's almost like he's speaking to the person. And I kept hearing that song over and over again. I put it on, I go, God, I can't believe he's only 21 years old and he's yearning and he's got a plea in his voice. And it just sounds very, very sensitive to me and very heartfelt. The other song is probably one of the greatest songs. It's one of his favorite songs, and that's It's Now or Never. It was a challenge of that song. It was so powerful. And to hit that ending, and the vocals in it, it was so smooth. The message in it, of course, but more than that, he had all the characteristics in that song of what would probably make him one of the greatest voices of the rock era. And the next song is I Can't Help Falling in Love with You. And that's a song that he ended each show by, that he sang basically to his audience, like you hear tonight, for all the support that they gave him throughout the years, actually, and how he felt toward them. So when you hear that song, just think of him, if he was standing here. It would be to all of you, because you've been there for him, and all the support is felt and all the love. So just listen. Thank you.